It used to be that apologetics was about answering the questions of non-Christians, people who are outside of the camp who are questioning whether or not they wanted to trust in Jesus. Now, apologetics is just as much, if not more, for those who are inside the camp thinking about deconstructing.
Welcome to my Boulevard. So we are here with another episode on This Is My Boulevard podcast. I'm here with my man, Mr. Pastor, Bishop, Dr. Chris Brooks. He is a brother that I got a chance to meet actually at Dr. Loritz's
That's right.
church back when he was pastoring at Fellowship Bible Church in Roswell. How long ago was that? That was in December, October of 2007.
I was just thinking about that, and I was looking at a picture we took, all of us, man, was looking young and skinny. But, man, that was 2014, so about 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was it was actually, because that was the catalyst to launching the church. That was actually
that's true.
2007.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, man. You're right. I just thought about that. That was before the church.
That was before the church.
Yeah.
It was, because I remember that, because I remember going there and
discipleship with you. I remember you just, we were in a restaurant, man. You just put it all on the napkin. Like, this is what discipleship looks like. This is what reaching the community looks like. And, man, I just want to say for the record, man, just so godly proud of how he's used you and the grace of God. And, man, just so many lives have been changed. And I've gotten a chance to bring my family down and just celebrate with you guys. And, man, it's been beautiful.
Well, man, it's mutual. It's really mutual. And I remember that weekend. I was boo-hooing you. I'm glad you left out that part. I was boo-hooing. I was crying. I was lamenting just the state of my own life and just the state of where we are. So, but thank you for allowing me to save face, in that. But since then, man, you've had a journey.
Yeah.
You've had a journey. All the way through a lot of different things, and and specifically, I remember the time that we were at. I don't know if it was at, a chicken and waffle spot or something, but we was here in Atlanta breaking bread, and I just remember the time and hearing about your passion for apologetics and urban apologetics and, and kind of that season and, and that you were, you've always been connected to the local church, but you're also been, you have your show in Moody, but you also have been a practitioner and when it comes to this apologetic world. Share with a little me about kind of where you kind of cultivated that love for apologetics.
Well, back in, it's probably 2003, 2004, I took over as senior pastor for a church, man, that right in the heart of the city of Detroit. I love my city, born and raised in Detroit, baptized in Detroit, married in Detroit, and God willing, I'll die in Detroit. I love Detroit, man. And as I began to pastor, one of the things that every good church should do is desire to reach the indigenous people of the community that we get a chance to serve and live in, man. And I remember our church launching what we called a Dare to Share campaign. We just wanted to reach as many of our neighbors with the good news of God's grace, the gospel. And so really, man, we start going door to door just to listen and say, just a couple of questions like, what do you think about Jesus? What do you think about the local church? And hearing from people. And man, my folks are coming back to me saying, Pastor, this is what we're being hit with. How do we respond? And a lot of it was questions about, the historicity of the Christian faith, the reliability of the Bible. People were questioning that. And not only that, people started really sharing alternative religious belief systems. And so pretty quickly I realized we got to be able to give an answer. We can't just go with the gospel thinking that people are going to not have some objections to it. And so I found myself driven to study first for my church family, first to be able to say, how do I best equip them? And then out of that, beginning to realize, man, there's a whole field of study. There's a whole world to this. So I went to school for it, got a chance to study at Moody and later on at Biola University in California. Spent some time overseas studying at Wycliffe Hall and in Oxford, and came back and we launched this initiative called Answering the Challenge. And Answering the Challenge simply was town hall forums where we invited the community to talk about issues that we felt like lived at the intersection of